Y'all remember how Jerry Jones said he was waiting on those leaves to fall before he started getting some of his major deals done on his own roster, including CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott? Yeah, well, a great oak tree just fell right on the Jones estate. And this time, y'all, there is no more talk. There are no more excuses. Now is when the timer really begins to tick, because now the Joneses do not have the convenience to blame their lack of movement on other teams and agents' lack of movement, essentially, because that's what they did at first. When they were asked about why they haven't gotten deals done, they said, and they were candid about it, we're waiting to see what other guys get so they can understand the range, the pay range in which they're going to have to pay their guys. I'm going to say this right now, however, because there's some discourse going on in the Cowboys community. I will say this. Y'all can bookmark this, save this, share this. I don't care what y'all do. If CeeDee Lamb's contract is signed for the same amount of years as Justin Jefferson and he gets more money annually, I will come on a video and slap myself with some powder like the pimp from How High. I promise y'all I will. But let's get into this conversation and why I'm making that proclamation. All right, so you can see it here. Tom Pelissero has reported the Vikings and superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson have agreed to terms on a 4-year, $140 million contract extension, including $110 million in guarantees, sources tell me, and Rap Sheet. He's only 24 years old. Jefferson is now the highest paid non-QB in NFL history. Now, clearly, we're Cowboys guys over here. We don't too much care about Justin Jefferson's contract, other than the fact that it's going to directly reflect on what CeeDee Lamb gets on his deal. Now, what would be a good way to gauge exactly how close or more or less we can expect CeeDee Lamb to get paid as it pertains to what Justin Jefferson got paid? Well, Adam Schefter has already taken care of that. He dropped a graphic that has a lot of Cowboys fans twisting themselves up because there was some context missing, and I'm about to give you that context. This graphic right here, Justin Jefferson versus CeeDee Lamb, career numbers between 2020 and 2023. Both guys have played 4 seasons. Justin Jefferson has gotten 1 more All-Pro than CeeDee Lamb. They both have gone to 3 Pro Bowls. CeeDee Lamb has 3 more catches than Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson somehow has about 750 more yards than CeeDee Lamb, even though he's caught 3 less catches, so that's damn impressive. And he has 4 less total touchdowns than CeeDee Lamb. And it is important to note that I believe CeeDee Lamb has at least 1 return touchdown on his career docket from earlier in his career, maybe one of the first 2 seasons he played. And I think he has maybe a couple of rushing touchdowns as well, right? So they're not all receiving touchdowns, but that's not the point. The point here is this graphic essentially makes it look as if CeeDee Lamb should get a very, very similar contract as that of Justin Jefferson, until you realize, man, Justin Jefferson has actually played 6 less games in the exact time frame of this graphic, which means you can assume in those 6 games, if you were to even give him, let's say, 7 to 8 catches per 6 games, let's give him 40 more catches, right? In 6 games, I think that's a fair assumption for Justin Jefferson. That will put him at about 430 catches. And obviously, if you give him that many more catches, that's probably going to add at least another 600 or so yards to his yards total. Okay, 6,400 yards. Yeah, Justin Jefferson is going to get paid more than CeeDee Lamb, y'all. I've been going back and forth with a couple of people on X, just in good fun, just some debate, just kind of stimulating the brain cells early in the morning. I've been going back and forth with people because people are under the assumption that just because a leaf fell, they think that the next leaf that has to fall off of a tree has to be the biggest leaf. That's not true. That doesn't work in nature, and it damn sure doesn't work when you're talking about business and established marketplaces. Justin Jefferson just established the marketplace for wide receivers in 2024. What he just got, that's the cap. $35 million annually is going to be the highest number that you see for a wide receiver that signs for a 4-year deal. The reason I keep saying a 4-year deal specifically is the only way, and credit to Superflow Spitter on my Twitter, because again, we're going back and forth, and he brought up a very, very damn good point. The only way that this doesn't happen and CeeDee does somehow get more than Justin Jefferson is if CeeDee kind of takes more money on the front end, but sacrifices making a lot more money on the back end by signing more than a 4-year contract, meaning he would miss a couple of years in a window of a higher salary cap, meaning a higher pay range for a wide receiver. So if he signed like a 5 or 6 year deal, you could possibly see him get maybe $1 to $2 million more annually than a Justin Jefferson, because that $1 to $2 million, if you add it up over the course of that 1 to 2 seasons that he might sign for extra, that's going to be a lot less money given to CeeDee Lamb than Justin Jefferson will be making whenever he re-ups after that 4th year of his contract, and CeeDee is still going into his 5th year of his deal, right? So that's the only way I could possibly see them giving CeeDee Lamb more money than Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson has been a consensus top wide receiver in the NFL essentially since he's gotten here. And I don't think it's really that much of an argument. His rookie season, there was an argument, but since then, he's pretty much taken that mantle, especially with Davante Adams banished to the dark zone in Las Vegas. Justin Jefferson has taken that mantle, y'all. He is the top receiver. I know CeeDee Lamb had an amazing season last year, but you can't automatically anoint someone the best receiver in the NFL off of one all-time great type of season, right? So, especially when Justin Jefferson has done it a couple of times now. So CeeDee still has a little bit of runway to catch up with Justin Jefferson as it pertains to the wide receiver ranks, and it's possible he could pass him up this season. I'm not saying that this is a built-in, set-in-place ranking. CeeDee Lamb could pass Justin Jefferson up this season, but as far as what they've put on paper already, the productivity that they've put out, Justin Jefferson was always going to get more money than CeeDee Lamb. So what does that mean for CeeDee Lamb? I think that means we see CeeDee Lamb's contract come in around this number. All right, going off of Jay Jetta's deal, I would expect CeeDee's to land somewhere between 4 years, $136 million, with $106 million guaranteed. Where did I get these numbers? I gave CeeDee Lamb $1 million less annually than Justin Jefferson's, which I think is completely reasonable. And using Justin Jefferson's essentially 78% guarantee rate on his contract, I gave CeeDee Lamb the same percentage of guarantees, and that's how you get $106 million guaranteed off of $136 million. I would be very, very shocked if he signed a 4-year deal and it's for more than what I just put right here. And that would tell me that the Joneses were waiting for absolutely no reason, right? They were waiting for no reason. They could have just gave him all his money and let that be that, and let the Vikings and the other teams have to deal with paying guys more than they would have wanted to. But the Joneses have made it clear they don't want to overpay anymore. So I think that they're waiting for other guys to establish the market. But now that the market has been set, there's no excuses. Mandatory minicamp starts tomorrow, June 4th through June 6th. That means they have to be there. That means if CeeDee Lamb isn't there, then it is officially a holdout, y'all. It's officially a holdout. And the only reason I could see for someone to be holding out, and this is a report based on DallasCowboys.com. I believe this was published by Patrick Walker. But the only reason I would see CeeDee Lamb to hold out is because his agent is looking for more annually, and the Joneses don't want to give it to him. Other than that, I would seriously expect the CeeDee Lamb contract to get announced within the next 24 to 48 hours, y'all. Seriously, I think CeeDee's going to be at mandatory minicamp. Or if we do see him at mandatory minicamp, then I would assume that they're in discussions at that point. I would assume that CeeDee Lamb's agent and the Joneses have begun discussions, because CeeDee Lamb is at minicamp, and he wouldn't do that without the advisory of his agent. So literally in the next 24 hours, we're about to get a lot of questions answered, y'all. And at this point, the Joneses, they have no excuses for me. Get CeeDee done. Once you get CeeDee done, go ahead and lock up his quarterback as well. There's no reason to wait for guys like Tua and Trevor Lawrence and those guys to sign their deals. You have an idea of where Dak Prescott's contract number is going to be. We have a range, a pretty decent range of where it should be. Jared Goff just got, $52 million a year. Give Dak his $55 million a year. And let's get the season started, and let's start focusing on the actual on-field activities versus what's going on in the negotiation rooms. But either way, want to bring you guys this quick news break. Be on the lookout on the channel, subscribe, because I'm sure we're going to end up having to upload another video, because I expect some news. I expect some Cowboys news fairly soon. Either way, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, we still same old Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.